Good Tuesday morning, Foggers. I hope everybody had a good Monday. I hope everybody was focused, engaged, a little bit challenged, not too much, to keep your focus. So I'm still compiling all the information, just pages and pages of notes, because I plan on making the video for the rookie police and firefighters that just graduated the academy on some of the pitfalls. And I was snickering to myself because as I'm writing all this stuff, I'm like, nobody ever told me about this, right? This is the, obviously through years of experience and going through those pitfalls and those minefields, all this stuff that I'm going to throw at you is just experience and wisdom, right? From where I've been and I don't want you to be and what to look forward to. But there's a lot of information that I'm compiling. So just bear with me. I'll plan on getting the video out probably tomorrow. And it might be several parts, right? A couple parts, just so it's not so long. But anyway, I got a lot of response yesterday from the murder-suicide comments and stuff that I was talking about. And some texts, some phone calls, male officers, female officers. And the common thing was, yeah, I drove up and saw this, or I responded to the scene. And, what the hell am I supposed to do with all that shit that I saw? I said, well, the fact that you're asking the questions and the fact that you contacted me or responded to the video, and again, I'm nothing, I'm not a professional, it's a great thing because you are navigating the fact that you didn't like what you saw, and they have reported, there was at least 2 of them that reported to me, I don't know how to feel. Like I have like this numbness, this emptiness, right? And that is probably the most honest description because you can't really describe how you feel. And again, we respond to these calls and we do our job. And it's very difficult. Once you are done with that call, you're going to remember that. And I'm not going to get into graphic detail, but I remember calls that I went to this day. I still remember them in vivid detail, from drops of blood to just all kinds of stuff. And I told some of these officers, you're probably not going to forget any of those things visually, but the problem comes in with trauma when you put the visualization with feeling and smell, the odors and stuff, and just the circumstances around them, like I talked about yesterday. That is when trauma gets the best of you. And yes, the images you'll probably not forget them. And I tell you this because I'm several years, 2 years retired, several years from a lot of those calls, and I still remember them very, very vividly. I can almost feel myself in the house or by the car or wherever it was it took place. And so we're probably just not going to forget those things, right? But we can deal with them and put them where they belong, right? And get rid of them. We don't want to live in that moment. That is not ours to live. I choose not to take that shit with me, and I did that a while ago, and it really, really helped me. And being proactive, one of the things, and making that list for these rookie officers is, like, we go to the gym and we go to the range and we do all these things. You have to be proactive in your mental health. You just can't let it fall by the wayside and say, well, I went to that call, yeah, it was fucked up and I'm moving on. Bullshit. It will come back to bite you in the ass. You have to be proactive and say, hey, what I saw yesterday was not right. And I think of a scenario constantly. Once I was going down this road of post-traumatic and my addictions, and once I was healed from that, I remember 2 of my younger officers, very young on the department. We went to a hanging call and they came out and hey, Sarge, you got to see this shit. And my response to them was, listen, that shit is not normal. We shouldn't be seeing that. We do our job. But I've already seen that. And obviously as a sergeant, I had to go to all the death calls. So I saw fucking hundreds of dead people, more than I wanted to, because, you got to make sure it's not a homicide, or the bottom line, death investigations could be very complex. So as a supervisory position, you have to respond. And towards the end of my career, the analogy I used was, I don't care if the guy was 110 years old, died with a smile, had flowers, and his family surrounded the bed. I didn't want to see any more fucking dead people. So, with that, my message to these rookies is going to be, you have to be proactive. You just can't go to these calls and think everything's fine. I didn't lose my shit. We're good. Nobody loses their shit. and we're not good, and it's not normal, and we need to deal with these things and put them where they belong. So, my message to you guys are thank you for reaching out. Like I said, I told these officers I'm here, but I do think that you should always reach out to professionals. I'm not a professional. I don't act like a professional. I've always been very upfront about that. But I have been to some of these scenarios, and I can guide you in the right direction and give you some advice as to what worked and what didn't work. And that's why I'm here, and to show you that, you are loved, and you do matter, and what you're feeling is not weird. You're not alone. A lot of people feel that way, but they just don't want to say it. And that's what we're asking for you is, and it's taking effect. More and more people are reaching out like, hey, I did this, I felt that, you were right about that, I didn't feel this. And that's what we're asking. Just throw things around and feel and have some emotion and deal with it and put it away. That's not our shit, okay? So with that, that's my message. I will come out tomorrow with the rookie videos. It's just a lot of information, and I want to do it justice, the right information and right amount, and try to help as many people. They have, the one thing I will tell you, these people coming into our professions now, they have an opportunity to change the culture, right? New dog, new tricks, right? It's very difficult to teach the old dog new tricks, but new dogs, new tricks. And that's what we're hoping, that we can have these officers come in with a different mentality, and to understand when they give them all this world of shit, that they have a better ability, a better GPS to navigate that storm. And that's where we're at. Thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you for answering the call and serving. And if God allows me to, I will be here tomorrow, okay? Stay dry here in South Florida. The storms are going to be bad. So God bless you. 3 a.m. Fog.